Hey teachers, let's crochet this colorful granny square with those rainbow colors and skip that annoying part of weaving the ends at the end of our big projects. So this is how it looks in the back and this is my front. So I'll show you a very easy way to crochet smoothly without that big extra work we have to do. So get ready to make some cool stuff hassle-free.
Let's start with our first color from my inspiration piece. It's pink. Start with a slip knot, and then we'll chain 5 here. And we'll go back to the first chain and slip stitch through there, and then chain 2, and do 2 double crochets inside the ring. Chain 1, and then we have 3 double crochets, and then chain 1, and then we'll do 2 more clusters of 3 double crochets for a total of 4 and 4 chain spaces. So these are our corners that we'll use, and we'll keep going. Chain 1 and 3 more, and then chain 1, and then we are going back to that first chain we did. We'll do a slip stitch on top of that chain and 1 chain so we can secure our last stitch, and then we are ready to cut this color. So there, and we have 4 spaces. These are the 4 corners. We are ready to go. Before we switch to the next color, grab your tail and pull it through one of the loops in the back, and then do 1 chain there so you secure your tail towards the back. And now go back and get the tail through the back loops of those chains along the edge. So once you start crocheting over it, that tail will be trapped and nobody will even see it there. The new color, we'll start with a slip knot here. Insert your hook and go into one of the chain spaces. Doesn't matter which, they're all the same. Pull a loop and we'll do 1 single crochet through those 2 loops here. And now you can tighten your knot. Use the tail and your working yarn together and draw 1 chain. And then we'll have 1 more chain here. So our tail is pretty secure. We'll again hide it under the stitches. You can do it either on this row, on the next row as well is possible to be done because it will blend with the orange color. So we'll have 2 more double crochets. We are counting our chain as a double crochet here. So for the cluster, we'll do only 2 double crochets and then we'll chain 1. And into the same chain space, we'll do a cluster of 3 double crochets as well. The second double crochet after the chain and the third double crochet. And this is our corner. We're going to have to make 4 corners. Without any chains in between here, we yarn over and go into the next chain space. And we do 3 double crochets, a chain, and another 3 double crochets. I'm using a 5mm crochet hook because some of my yarn requires 5mm, some of my yarn requires 5.5. So since I have pretty loose tension, 5 works best in this case. Moving to the next corner with 3 double crochets, a chain, and 3 double crochets. And we'll do that in this corner as well, and I'll meet you there. And we are back at the beginning that we're gonna do a slip stitch into that first chain we did. Chain 1 to secure your stitch, and we'll cut the yarn. We'll do the same thing. We'll just carry that tail all around along the edge, and I'm just picking that back loop here, and I'm getting the tail trapped in there. And I can even carry this one. So with this little tail, I'll go backwards and trap it under the stitches. So I'll go back and I'll pull it through back of the stitches here. And whatever you don't need, you just cut off. Just like this. And we don't have ends here to weave in. And we're getting our new color. So with my new color, we'll do exactly the same like with the previous color. So chain 2 and 2 double crochets for the first cluster. We do count that first chain as a double crochet, chain 1, and another cluster here in that corner. Now we have a space between the clusters. That space will get only 3 double crochets. There is no chain or anything between them. And then we are going into the next corner. So we do 3 double crochets, chain, 3 double crochets. Into the next space, we do 3 double crochets. And this is our repeat, a corner and a cluster. So we're going to repeat again the corner, the cluster, the corner, the cluster. And I'll meet you right here. So we are here back. So we're going to go at the top of the chain. We'll draw a loop and do a slip stitch here. I'll hide that end. And now continue weaving this one as well. Next color will start from the corner again. Pick any corner. And then we'll do a cluster of 3 double crochets, but counting the chain, we only do 2 double crochets, and then a chain space, and then 3 double crochets. Into the next space between the clusters, we'll do a cluster of 3 double crochets. Into the next chain space, we do a granny cluster, so 3 double crochets. Into the corner, we do 3 double crochets, chain, and 3 double crochets. And we keep repeating that for all corners. I'll pick a corner, any corner. And then after the chain 2, we have 2 double crochets, chain, 3 double crochets. Going into the next space between the clusters, we do 3 double crochets. Next cluster, 3 double crochets. And don't forget this cluster as well, 3 double crochets. And then we do the new corner, which is 3 double crochets, chain, and 3 double crochets. And then we'll repeat again, 3 clusters, a corner, 3 clusters, a corner, and 3 clusters. Back to the beginning again, slip stitch into the chain, draw a loop, and then weave it in the back. And now the last row with my last color. And then again in the corner we have chain 2, 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 3 double crochets into the same space. Going into the next space between the clusters, no chains or anything, just go straight to the double crochets. We're gonna do 3 of them, 3 double crochets here, 3 double crochets into the next space, 3 double crochet into the next space, 3 double crochet into the next space. And then we have a corner, which is 3 double crochets, chain 1, and 3 double crochets into the same space. And we'll keep repeating that. We'll have 4 clusters here, a corner, 4 clusters, a corner, and 4 clusters, and we'll slip stitch to the beginning. Slip stitch, chain 1 to secure your stitch. And now that we don't have any more colors, after this we're gonna have to weave in that end into that row that we just did, not into the next one, but we're just gonna go low. We'll do a slip stitch here and even 1 chain, and then we're gonna draw this tail through the stitches, and then we'll turn it so we can do it backwards as well into the same stitch. So get your hook from the opposite side, but do not go till the end of your stitches, and try to just trap it there and I got stuck somewhere, so it's even better. So I'm just gonna cut that end, and the tail is stuck through the stitches somewhere there. And I'll get those extras, and there we are. So now, to give it even more finished look, we can put it on a stretching board. So here is a blocking board, and I'll leave helpful links for all these in the description below for you to check them out. And if you use my affiliate links, I'll be so happy because this helps me a lot, motivates me, and keeps everything on the channel free for you to use. And there it is. So here, that's how big my square is. There are different sizes of those blocking boards. So I also got my bottle with just plain water, and you can even put hot water in it or use a steamer. This will relax the stitches, so I'll just spray it and then I will form it with my fingers. And this will stretch the yarn and relax the stitches just enough so it gets to the shape we want it to be. And this is my inspiration. They're matching perfectly, right? So these boards come with multiple of pegs. So if you need more, you can definitely use more. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.